Hey folks, Captain Mike here from Salty Cape, and today I'm here with my good friend George Furons. We left this morning from Marion. George, what's on tap?
We're kind of scooting around Buzzards Bay a little bit, and we found some structure out here looking for some sea bass and good rocky structure. There's a good fleet of boats around, and we're going to drop down some of your lures and try to pull up a nice sea bass.
So the beauty of sea bass fishing is it's very, very family friendly, kid friendly. It's easy to do. The sea bass are very aggressive, and you don't need bait, just a couple of small jigs on the bottom. And just send it down to the bottom and give it a...
Oh, that's a good one.
Is that a largemouth bass or a sea bass? Dramatic hook set. Wow, that's a nice
fish. That's a
fish.
beauty.
Not as big as my beauty.
Double, baby.
Oh, I'm getting drag on this one. Can't beat sea bass for a quick hit before work. We've drifting for, I don't know, not even 2 minutes. Caught these beautiful fish. Yours is a little bigger than mine.
Yeah, colors are awesome.
And yeah, it's just great fish. Easy, fun fishing, great eating. I would eat a sea bass any day of the week over a striper. Just nice, positive, fun fishing.
Yeah, good for the family too. Kids can get out here and get tight pretty easily.
Now the beauty of ground fishing with jigs like this 2-ounce heavy minnow is its simplicity. I fish with my kiddos a lot and their friends, a lot of, fish on other people's boats with their families. And it's just a nice, simple, easy way to fish. You don't get the boat messy with fresh cut squid and bait. So here I have the 2-ounce Hogy Heavy Minnow. As you can see, it's very thick bait relative to its length. And so this will give it a small profile, but also the weight it needs to get down. Now this bait is very easily fished on the bottom for ground fish in 60 feet of water, but if you have someone that's good at tending bottom, you can fish in up to 80 feet of water with this jig. We're here in Buzzards Bay fishing in about 40 feet of water for sea bass. It's very easy. There's really no wrong way to fish this jig. I have we'll call it 3 basic jigging methods for this lure. But the best way to start is on the bottom. You put it down to the bottom, engage. Now I'll reel it up just a little bit off the bottom. Now the first one is what I would call a traditional jigging method, where you're just lifting the rod up and down like that. As you can see, that method was effective. Today the action's pretty hot and heavy, so you could fish this jig almost any way you wanted. But this is a smaller fish, so I'm going to release it quickly. Fishing for a bigger sea bass. Really good eating fish. So that was a traditional jigging method. Going to send it back down, 40 feet of water. Again, the 2-ounce heavy minnow is heavy relative to its overall profile, so it gets down quick. The next method is what I would call the twitchy method. You're just going to twitch it, and with this braid line, there's relatively no stretch. So just with these short motions on the rod, that bait's going to just sort of dance and dart sort of in the same strike zone, and that lure is right where I'm marking them on the fish finder. So for example, we're marking them in the middle level of the water column. I'll just put it right around the same depth where I see the fish in the fish finder. And that's where this twitchy method is effective, because you can key it in right on that depth, and then you get a hit.
Yeah, you're definitely right. That's a good one. Woo, Mike, I think I got the biggest one yet, bro.
And then finally, and this just sometimes happens with little kids losing interest or watching somebody else, they'll just put it and just let the rod sit, and they'll get a bite, just like bait, like that. And it's embarrassing how many times the big fish of the day comes in on what I would call a dead stick method. It's a decent sized fish right here. So the 3 basic methods are a traditional jig method, where you're gonna raise and drop the tip of the rod. The twitch method, where you're gonna do a series of short little twitches. And then lastly, the dead stick. And we got 3, which is perfect amount for dinner. You get this guy back in the water.